And Mexico traffic, Spirit 7 or 650 is going to be departing runway 06 Mexico.
All right, here we go. It's kind of fun to be in a low-wing airplane again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's change it up a little bit.
Absolutely, absolutely. Sometimes we forget we have a low-wing airplane, and when we fly it, we remember why Chris started out in low-wing airplanes, and that was his real preference for many years. And it wasn't until he kind of started exploring the STOL side of flying, short takeoff and landing, that he went to the high-wing design. And the visibility, of course, is just fantastic.
Yeah, it's like a little fighter, you know. It's,
yeah, it really is.
Still see in front of you. It's great visibility.
And what I like with the 650, of course, with the bubble canopy, is you got pretty much 360-degree visibility all around. I'll kind of play with the camera here, kind of throw it around, but that's really fantastic all the way around visibility. So I'm Sebastian, and I'm here with Roger of Zenith Factory.
Hey guys.
And again, we're doing our weekly Friday meeting. It's this is our third in a series, kind of previewing the Open Hangar Day coming up, and talking about the events that are coming up. And so on the September 18th and 19th, again, that's our 29th annual Zenith Homecoming. And despite the pandemic, we're deciding to go ahead with it. We're going to do everything we can, of course, to make it a safe event, and we're going to follow all the guidelines in effect at the time. But that said, we see no reason not to do it this year. And so, you know, for all those that are willing and able to come out, especially existing Zenith builders and owners, certainly invite you to come out and learn more about building and flying your own airplane. And again, those of you that are building and flying, we could, we'll have seminars and so forth to talk more about doing that. And so now we're, 2 weeks before the event?
2 weeks from the event, yes.
And those of you, again, celebrating Labor Day coming up, happy Labor Day weekend.
Wait, Monday's not Labor Day.
Oh?
It's my birthday. That's the day. I had to throw that in there.
That's right. Well, happy birthday on Monday. Now, usually we celebrate your birthday at the Mount Vernon LSA Expo, isn't it? And that's the following week, isn't it?
It is. It is. We'll be there late Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
And we'll make sure to celebrate your birthday out there again. So that's at Mount Vernon, Illinois, which from here, it's just on the other side of St. Louis. It's central Illinois. And that'll be one of the first show for many of us this year, even though it's September already. It'll be the first show for many of us. And then again, at our Open Hangar Day, we won't be having quite as many commercial vendors and partners that we have in the past, but at the same time, we still, I think, we'll have a really good program together. And in some respects, having a smaller event in terms of the commercial side will make it, I think, maybe a bit of a bigger event from a grassroots side, from the builders and the flyers and so forth. So we look forward to doing quite a few kind of a sort of panel discussions. We've had discussions, of course, in the past about engine choices and so forth. And again, our purpose is not to sell you an engine at all. It's to just share as much as we can, both for new people looking for an engine, as well as for folks that are operating the airplanes, operating tips and hints and so forth. So we'll be doing the engine panel discussion, also doing some discussions on building, whether scratch building. I know Clint Bosch, who had that beautifully scratch-built STOL TH750, he's agreed to do a little seminar on scratch building, so that'll be a nice thing. And as well as, of course, we'll have factory folks showing you a little bit more about the kit. If you're not going to be scratch building, but building from the kit, which, of course, that's the majority of builders. And nice deep turn here. Isn't that fun? beautiful visibility.
Well, I got to have fun while you're talking, Steve.
I know it. I'm having a hard time talking anymore because I'm just enjoying the view. It's just beautiful out here.
It's a beautiful day. You know, you couldn't
really
ask for a better day to go flying.
Really
Smooth. It was in the 50s this morning. It's only going to get in the 80s, and yeah. Next 4 or 5 weeks are going to be the just greatest weather of the year, and then we got to hit the big one.
Yeah, and that's why we always like doing this event in September, because we've had really good luck with it. Sometimes you'll get a little bit of weather, but again, it's over 2 days, so you know, we usually always have some good flying weather and so forth. So, and we especially hope for good weather this year because we'll be doing this event primarily outdoors. We've decided not to do any enclosed things again because of the COVID, and to allow us to socially distance ourselves as much as we can. So doing that, moving most of the events outdoors. Friday and Saturday night we'll be both doing both evenings we'll be doing an outdoor basically barbecue dinner. And again, those of you that aren't planning on coming, do go on our website, do purchase meal tickets ahead of time. And especially this year, because it will really help us plan for this properly. Because again, to be able to accommodate everyone, yet at the same time be able to socially distance ourselves, it's important that we know how many people will be coming ahead of time. So
exactly.
So if you're looking at coming out, do go on the website, purchase those meal tickets. Very inexpensive, just to cover the expenses from the actual meals themselves.
Right, we don't want anybody to go home hungry, so...
Well, that's exactly
the thing.
Exactly it. And so, which is why, again, I'm kind of looking forward to this year's event. Again, it'll be a little bit different than in the past, but definitely looking forward to it. Again, I'll just go over a few of the seminars we have confirmed. Andy Humphrey from Stewart Systems will talk about painting your own aircraft. And they make an environmentally friendly paint system, basically water-based aircraft paint system. And he'll talk about painting your own airplane. Brad Brensing, who looks after the Garmin experimental sales, will be out, and he's coming in from Kansas City. And he's a real expert on the modern G3X glass panel display system, very similar to the Dynon HDX systems, Skyview systems we have in this airplane. And so he'll be out talking about that. On Saturday morning, Get Planes Magazine and Avemco Aircraft Insurance, they've kind of partnered together, and they're going to be sponsoring our breakfast, which I think is awesome. And the breakfast itself will be provided by the Chillicothe EA chapter. And so they'll be doing breakfast, well, both on Friday and Saturday, as well as lunches also. But on Saturday morning, come out for a free breakfast. So if you're in central Missouri and just come out for a free breakfast on Saturday morning, come on out. Of course, Charlie Becker from EA, he plans on coming out, and he's always a great resource about EA itself, but also about the rules and regulations about registering your home build. For some folks, talking about load-up programs, letters of deviation authority in terms of doing transition training, things like that. So we're always welcome, always happy to have Charlie join us. And I'm not sure if he's going to be able to fly in one of the EA Zeniths. You know, they have the staff-built CH-750 and the one-week wonder from 2014. And then we have some of the engine guys, of course, UL Power, William Wynn with Fly Corvair, Viking aircraft engines, the Honda-based folks, they'll be flying up in their Super Duty. And they'll be doing demo flights in their Super Duty, so good opportunity not only to come out for a demo flight in the Super Duty, but to really check out the Honda Viking engines as well. Somebody that hasn't come out for a while, Aero LEDs, super bright wingtip nav strobe lights, they'll be out again, so that's learn more about that. And then, like I mentioned, all those folks, generally we get them to put on seminars about their products and services, as well as we'll be doing seminars as well on building, flying. We'll do some things on the kit itself, so forth. And of course, those of you that are currently building and flying, if you have an idea on the seminar, come out and talk to us. Actually, before I forget, I know Mark Penstadler, he's actually agreed to do a seminar on, he's kind of a serial aircraft builder. He's built a beautiful cruiser, Blue Angels cruiser, I think we're calling it, because it's painted after the Blue Angels. But he'll be flying that in, and but he's also decided to, or agreed to do a seminar on things not to do, I think, in building an airplane, or I can't remember the exact topic, but check it out on the website. But he's built, I think 4 home builds already, and this is going to, and he's now built, just starting on his CH-750 Super Duty. And so again, he's a serial kit builder, and he's so, from his experience, he can kind of tell you do's and don'ts about building, and then he's a really approachable guy, down to earth, but at the same time, he's an airline pilot, so he's methodical, uses checklists and everything else. So he approaches building the same way that he approaches flying that way, I think. And so a good resource, and again a great friendly guy to talk about building and flying airplanes. So he's again, as an example of one of our builders that'll be putting on the seminar, and again, like I mentioned, Glenn Gosh with this scratch build 750. So we really look forward to having some good grassroots seminars that way. That'll really from builders and flyers and for builders and flyers. So I think really nice to see that. And then you always have a busy time out there doing demo flights, don't you?
Oh yeah, between demo flights and tech support and just answering sales questions, yes, and then trying to keep everybody organized at the same time. Yeah, so it's fun, but it's work at the same time.
Oh yeah, it's a busy day for us, and I know, and sometimes we wonder, why we do it, but then we always have a good time too. It's it's a lot of work to plan it, and again, this year, again with the pandemic going on, it's hard for us to properly plan an event like that, because we don't really know, how many people are coming out. We don't fully know what the rules and regulations are at the time, and like I mentioned, we're going to follow whatever the recommendations are. So basically social distancing. But I think again, we've got such a great Zenith community with the builders, flyers, as well as just general enthusiasts and our vendors that keep coming back year after year. It's always a really good time that we have. And I know that on Friday evening, UL Power will be also sponsoring, I guess, hosting a bonfire at the camp area. Talking to Robert Helms about it yesterday. And so again, that promises to be a fun event. Hopefully there'll be, again, everybody will have a good time and social distance properly, and just have a good time, good camaraderie among builders, flyers, and owners. So I'm starting to get dizzy here, Roger. We're turning in circles over and over again.
All right, well, we'll enter a downwind here.
Gotta admit, it's just a lot of fun, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful day.
Yeah, Mexico traffic, Springwell 650, left downwind for 06 Mexico.
I always enjoy watching our GPS track when we do flights, because oftentimes take off, turn around a bunch of times, and basically come back. And while we put a lot of miles or hours on these airplanes, we actually don't cover that many miles, do we? Especially this year, because we haven't gone anywhere this year. I think our longest trip, if I recall, Quincy, Illinois. And at least it's in a different state. And so our Mount Vernon trip next weekend, that will be our longest trip so far this year. And I don't know if you saw the email, but just this morning, Sun and Fun announced that they were doing a little mini fly-in. I think the first weekend of December, fly-in and car show at Sun and Fun in Florida. And so we'll have to see if we make it down to that. I may fly down there just for something to do. We'll see. So go ahead and talk us through as you're
okay. So we just turned base. Bled off a little bit of the speed so I can lower the flaps. Lower the flaps about 5 degrees. And now I'm a little bit faster to get a little slower here. And I'm going to stay just in the wide arc flap range. And then when I get turn final, we're going to lower the rest of the flaps and probably approach speed about 60, 65, and then short final will be in the 50s.
Mexico traffic, Springwell is going to be turning final 06 Mexico.
Yeah, just fantastic visibility. Another thing I really like about the 650 is the comfort.
Oh, it is.
The seating's kind of, I feel like I'm in a recliner right now. I could sit like this for take a nap.
Right. And the flaps all the way down now. Made my runway.
Nice approach. So we're in the very low 50s, indicated 40s, and now, yeah, high 40s with the actual indicated landing speed.
Yeah, right.
Pretty good, yeah. And nice short
Oh yeah.
landing roll. We made the first turn off there, and that's 1,000 feet in.
Yeah. And we didn't try. That's the main thing.
Exactly. Although I've heard it said that you're a pretty good pilot with the Zenith.
Still gotta don't get complacent, you know.
Well, and that's exactly it. That's exactly it. It's always. And I was up in the cruiser by myself last night, and of course, when there's no audience, I had the most perfect landing ever.
Yeah.
And when I have an audience, sometimes I can't boast too much.
I was doing a couple demo flights this week, and I noticed base to final, I wasn't right in front of the runway. I was off because I was chit-chatting, talking.
Right.
Like, man, come on, so you gotta pay attention,
Exactly, especially if you have an airline pilot you're taking up for a demo flight. They're used to they're used to seeing those little differences, huh?
Yeah.
But the key, of course, is being safe and doing it safely. In these airplanes, you've got because they're relatively low speeds. It really doesn't become a safety issue at all. All right, well, that was a lot of fun. And again, folks, we look forward to seeing about whether it's Mount Vernon coming up weekend. That's, I believe we're going to be there Friday and Saturday. That's, I think, what is it, the 11th and 12th, I believe.
Sounds right.
And then the following weekend, Open Hangar Day, and then we'll also have the workshop right before the Open Hangar Day. And I believe that's already all full. So
I think so.
That's always a popular group, for folks that come out, and a lot of those guys will be camping out here. And again, for those of you that want to come out, we do have areas out here to camp, whether it's with your airplane on the ramp or an area with a camper. So,
great.
All right, folks. See you.